Hello, I'm Dr. Sharif Muhammad. Today, let's talk about survival, but not just our survival. We're talking about the survival of, well, everything we're connected to. We're going to dive into a really powerful idea called One Health.
So, think about this for a second. A sick monkey way out in a forest, a bat deep inside a cave. What could they possibly have to do with your health or mine? Well, as it turns out, the answer is pretty much everything. Let's break down exactly why that is.
You know, for the longest time, we've kind of treated health like it exists in these neat little boxes. You've got human health over here, animal health way over there, and the environment, well, that's somewhere else entirely. But the thing is, we're facing a connected health crisis now, and those boxes, they just don't work anymore.
I mean, just look at what's happening all around us. Climate change is forcing animals to move into new territories. We're cutting down forests and building cities right up against the wild. And the way we farm, that's completely changing our interactions with livestock. Each one of these things is tearing down the natural walls that used to keep animal diseases away from us.
So what happens when those walls come crumbling down? Well, you get a number like this, 60%. Just let that sink in for a moment. More than 60% of the new infectious diseases we're seeing in people actually come from animals. We call them zoonotic diseases. Things like avian flu, Ebola, and yes, the virus that caused COVID-19. The connection is absolutely undeniable.
Okay, so if the problem is all about connection, it just makes sense that the solution has to be too, right? And that's exactly what brings us to this really powerful idea, a connected solution called One Health.
So what is One Health? Simply put, it's an integrated approach. It's about breaking down walls, getting doctors, veterinarians, and environmental scientists out of their own separate worlds, their own silos, and into the same room, sharing what they know. The fundamental idea is that you simply can't have healthy people without healthy animals and the healthy planet. It's all one big, interconnected system.
Okay, so that sounds good in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? Well, it's incredibly practical. We're talking about things as straightforward as vaccinating dogs to stop rabies from ever reaching a person. Or how about this? Watching wildlife for new viruses before they have a chance to jump to us. It also means being smarter with our antibiotics on farms so our medicines still work when we really need them. It's all about getting ahead of the problem instead of just reacting to it.
Now here's what's so fascinating. This isn't some brand new concept. Not at all. In fact, if you look at India's own public health history, you can see these principles being learned over and over again, often the hard way. Let's take a look at how these lessons have unfolded over time.
This timeline really tells the story. I mean, go all the way back to 1897, and the plague made it crystal clear. You cannot ignore the link between rodents, sanitation, and human disease. Fast forward to 2007, in Karnataka, where health officials had this huge breakthrough, they realized that monkey deaths were a crucial early warning for Caisseneur forest disease in humans. And of course, COVID-19, well, that was the ultimate wake-up call, wasn't it? It showed us just how urgently we need to track viruses in animals and share our labs and our data. Every single crisis has taught us the exact same lesson.
So the history is clear, but what about right now? Is there hard evidence today that this collaborative approach actually works better than the old way of doing things? Oh, absolutely. The data is loud and clear.
Just look at this comparison. The old, siloed way, well, it's all about reacting. We wait until people are already sick, and then we scramble to respond. It's slower, it's less effective. But the One Health approach, it completely flips the script. It's all about prediction. By watching animals, by integrating all kinds of data, veterinary reports, climate patterns, you name it, we get the full picture. And that leads to faster detection and helps us avoid the massive economic damage that comes with a full-blown outbreak.
And we have concrete proof of this working right here in India. For example, those early warnings from monkey deaths in Karnataka, they allowed authorities to step in and prevent human cases. Studies have shown that when doctors and vets team up on antibiotic use, resistance rates actually go down. And during COVID-19, sharing data between our human and animal health labs made our entire response stronger. The evidence is right there. This integrated approach saves lives.
So this brings us to the big question. Where do we go from here? What does all of this mean for our shared future?
You know, if you take away just one thing today, let it be this powerful idea. The health of our people, our wildlife, and our environment aren't separate issues that we can tackle one by one. They are one and the same.
And it's so important to understand that One Health isn't just a hopeful theory or a nice idea. It is a practical, proven, evidence-backed strategy. It's absolutely central to preparing for the next pandemic, to building resilience against climate change, and to securing a healthier future for every single one of us.
And that leaves us with one final thought to ponder. We've learned, the hard way, to see the connection between a bat in a cave and a global pandemic. The real question for all of us now is, what's the next critical connection that we simply cannot afford to miss?